Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's unboxing and first impressions video, we've got a wildcard custom bag from Greenroom 136, and this time it's the 25-liter Northseeker. I've been very excited for this. I've been waiting very patiently for this. Greenroom 136 has graciously reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do a custom Northseeker, so I said, absolutely. I definitely want to do a custom Northseeker because the Northseeker is it's definitely taken the #1 seat for me for the Greenroom 136 bags. I was a Genesis man, but once I got my paws on the Northseeker, there's something about that bag. I absolutely loved it. So I have my 20-liter, now I have a 25, and this one's custom. And before we open this up, it's wild. I haven't done a wild bag in a long time. If you notice, most of the bags I do are tamer colorways, solid colorways, but my all-time favorite pack, the one that if I had to choose one bag to take out into the world and only have one for the rest of my life, is a crazy, wild-looking bag. It's all different colors, so I felt like I needed to do another one of those to have another crazy bag in my life. So we went a little wild on this. It's probably not gonna match at all, but I don't care. I just thought it was awesome and I like it. And I think that Miss Hazel Fantastic is also gonna like one of the main colors I used in this bag. But enough rambling on, let's crack open this wildcard 25-liter Northseeker from Greenroom 136. All right. Oh yeah, you can already see it shining through. That is bright. That is bright pink. Where's the opening? All right. Oh yeah. I did some red straps, the pink trim, the pink main compartment or the pink front, and some multicam black. Oh, wow, this thing is awesome. Oh, I've been so excited to see this bag. I'm so stoked to get this thing with the pink. I almost went full pink. I did pink everything with the multicam, but I decided that I also wanted it to be a little extra out of the ordinary, so I went pink and red with multicam. So this is pretty loud. This is definitely a very standout material. This bag is just great. We're gonna start, I'm gonna show you the buildup of this bag, and I'm gonna explain something about the actual specs that go into this, but let's start, we'll do the buildup right now.
We are going to start by navigating to the Greenroom 136 webpage and going to the Shop Online tab. We will scroll to the Wildcard Custom Builder. We will scroll down and choose the Northseeker, and I started with the Wildcard Cordura Edition. We will choose our bag size of the Northseeker 25-liter. To get my version of the bag, we stayed with a single panel count, the interior gold, which we do not have an option to change, and I stayed with the standard shoulder straps. We kept the side pockets on both the left and the right because I like dual water bottle pockets. We went ahead and added the YKK side compression, and we also added the compression belts and multi-webbing to the bottom of the bag. For the morale patch, I added the 4x6 panel. I did add the side load utility zipper pocket, and I added the back support secret pocket. To get my particular colors, for 1A I chose Atomic Pink. For 1B I chose Red. 1C, Black. For 2, I chose Atomic Pink. For 3, I chose Red. 4, I also chose Atomic Pink. 5 was also Atomic Pink. 6 is Red. 7 is Black. And 8 is Black. Now in the text field here, I am entering to change all of the black options to multicam black.
And at the end, you saw that in the text box at the bottom, I entered in the color fields that I want it to be multicam black. Now, this is not a drop-down option, but Greenroom 136 is very accommodating, and they're pretty much willing to do just about anything custom within their capabilities. The only caveat is, if the bag is 60% or more of a different material, they will upcharge you to the cost of the higher material. So say if you're doing an EPX and you're adding Cordura into there, whatever has the 60% or more bulk of the build, that's what you're gonna get charged for. So you have 60% or more Cordura, and that's the more expensive material. They're gonna charge you the bag at a Cordura build rate. If you have 60% or more EPX or VX, and that is the more expensive material, they're gonna charge you that build rate for the bag. So you can get wild, you can basically mix and match any material you want. Greenroom will do that for you, but if 60% of the bag or more is made from the more expensive material, you're gonna get billed at the cost of the more expensive material as opposed to the cheaper material. So I'm pretty sure if I was billed for this bag, I would have been charged at the multicam black price point because there is more multicam in here than the standard Cordura options, which is fine. That would have been totally fine with me. It's not that much of an upcharge, but keep that in mind. If you do build a bag similar to this, you will be charged at the higher rate if 60% or more of the materials used fall into that higher costing material. So let me take it in here, breathe for a second. This bag is awesome. I've been stoked to get this bag. I absolutely love it. The Northseeker, there's something about this bag. I just love the look, the layout, the functionability of this bag. So it just definitely took the lead over the Genesis for me of my favorite Greenroom 136 bag. I just love this bag. And one thing that I didn't have in my stock version of the 20-liter Northseeker is the interior organization of the front pocket. I really thought it could use this. So this is a bit of a stretchy material too. It feels like this might be, no, it's a two-way. I think this is a two-way stretch. There's a bit of a stretch in here, and it's segmented. There are three separate little sections in here. The center one feels like it's a little bit larger than the two tops, but they are, if you want to say, it's here and here. So it's segmented to have pocket, pocket, a pocket. So there's 3 pockets in here, and there's also a zipper closure in there, so I could zipper that closed so anything in those pockets isn't going to spill into it, and I can still access the full range of this bag because the zipper is essentially the whole front panel of the bag. So it goes both sides of the zipper, so the whole front panel is accessible and usable for any storage. And it also has a bit of its own dimension here. You can see it does kind of, there's a bit of, I don't want to call it a pleat because it's not a pleat, but it does have some of its own 3-dimensional space here. So whatever you're sticking in here isn't necessarily going to push to the inside of the bag because it has its own dimension to expand outward. So it's not going to be taking up the internal space of the bag. It's going to push out, have its own space. So I also went with the larger patch panel. I just want to put a little extra flair on there. I really like to throw some patches on, so I went the bigger patch panel, so I have that flair. And I also added the webbing on the front of the bag because I like to have some attachment points. Sometimes I generally throw my carabiner up top here, but sometimes that gets in the way. It'll clock in the back of the head if you're just throwing the bag on quickly. So I like to put a carabiner or my hero clip on the front of the bag or the side of the bag when applicable, so I don't have to smack myself in the back of the head with it sometimes. So I like these straps here. Because we're 25 liter, I added the compression straps so I can zip this in if I don't need that full 25 liters of space. So I have the compression straps on both sides of it. Then I also added the compression straps on the bottom again so I can shrink this down if I don't need the full space. And it's hard to see because it is black on black multicam, but I also added these bottom webbing straps because you never know when you need to strap something to the bottom of the bag. And they are on both sides. Now these water bottle pockets are definitely a little bit bigger on the 25 liter as opposed to they were on the 20 liter, which I'm going to like, I think, a little bit more. One of the few issues I had with the 20 liter Northseeker was I thought that the water bottle pockets were a little bit too small because it's only a 20 liter pack and they are made out of Cordura as well. They were restricted. There's no stretch, there's no give in it. So you're restricted to whatever water bottles would fit in that pocket. And you could definitely fit a larger water bottle in these pockets. I thought I had a Nalgene down here to check, but I do not. So I'm gonna have to see if a 32 ounce Nalgene will fit in here, because that was one of the questions I had kind of often with the 20 liter was, will a Nalgene fit in there? And it didn't in the 20 liter, but I think it probably will in the 25 liter, but I do not have one. I thought I left an empty one down here specifically for this reason, but I don't see it. I did just clean up down here though, so I probably brought it back upstairs. Anyway, I think these will probably fit a 32 liter or 32 ounce Nalgene bottle, but we'll have to check that and we'll look back. We'll put that into the full real use review that we'll see down the line. So I'm gonna stick with the outside here. We have our front admin pocket here, and we have some liner pockets across the back, two smaller, two pen, pencil, Sharpie pockets. This also has its own three-dimensional space, so this is also not going to push into the main body of the bag. It has its own space to expand. We have a zipper pocket here that goes, I'd say, probably about halfway, a little less than halfway. It ends here, so yeah, okay. So it goes about halfway. Let's see. So it starts about here, so it's probably about 1/3 of the overall length of the the length of the bag, and it goes side to side. So it's essentially the width and about 1/3 of the space of the length of the bag. So it's a pretty decent pocket, and then it's also got plenty of space in the bottom here. So we actually have a lot of room down here to accommodate either as a dump pocket, so things could spill or drop in there, or to stash and store and organize your gear. But there's more, because we have a whole main body of the bag that we haven't gotten to yet. And one thing that I really like with these Northseekers is it has water bottle pockets on the side, but it is still a full clamshell bag. So sometimes because you have water bottle pockets, you only have a half zip, but they have accommodated the water bottle pockets on the side of the main body, so you still get a full clamshell while having water bottle pockets. And I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorite features of this pack. So once we fully clamshell it out, we definitely have some structure to the main body of the bag, so we can pack this out without everything spilling all over the place. Along the back of the bag, we have, I would call this like your tablet sleeve here. There's no padding on the front. There is padding on the back as the back padding, but there's no padding for the interior of the bag. Then we have two liner pockets up here that I believe are the same that they were on the Northseeker 20 liter. And we also have, where's our zipper? We also have our zipper pocket, so we have quick access. And a lot of people commented and asked why there would be a quick zipper access pocket to the internal of the main body of the bag as opposed to having a quick access pocket up there. And I like it. I really like it because it gives me access to these two pockets right here. So these two pockets act as my QA pockets. So I put like my first aid kit or something else. I think I had like my little stash kit with all my masks in it and my 20 liter. So these were actually what I would use as my QA pockets, and I just used the zipper here if I needed something in there. So I used the quick access zipper for the main body of the bag actually quite a bit, more so than I thought I would. I thought it was a nice feature, but I ended up using it a lot. So it gave me quick, easy access to these two top pockets here. So anything that I wanted QA to, I kept in these pockets, and I can access that easily through that pocket at the top. We have, which I really like here, are these two mesh zipper pockets along the front of the bag. I'm finding more and more that I love when there are two pockets on the front of the bag. It really helps the organization, especially with thinner items. I use like my sardine tins and my tuna tins and stuff quite a bit in bags. So having these two pockets here allows me to lay those things in here because they're pretty flat. It helps me to organize them so I know where they are instead of when I have to put them in the main body of the bag. Sometimes because they're so small, they'll get lost in here because they'll just kind of float around, they'll sink to the bottom. But when I have two pockets here, I find that I can organize those and my other things very easily and nicely. And I love when I have these two pockets. I'm learning now that I hate when I only have one mesh pocket on the front of a bag, because I feel like it's just a wasted opportunity. So these 2 pockets are very, very handy. And if you saw me grab something out of that top zipper pocket, it was just the build sheet for this bag. They generally include, Greenroom throws the build sheet into the bag, which has you know, the dates that it was built and the quality check signed off on it. And mine was quality checked on December 20th, and I received this bag. It was in the States, but it was delayed for Christmas, so I received this pretty quick. I think it shipped. I got it in like 4 or 5 days, and it was held up. It landed in Ohio, in Cincinnati, Ohio, on Christmas Eve, and then there was no movement until yesterday, the day after Christmas. So actually, it arrived, and because I hit on a Christmas holiday, it stuck in customs just for an extra like day and a half. Because they weren't working. It was the holiday. It was the Christmas holiday. So I still received this bag in like 3 days from the other side of the world. So DHL shipping, top notch. Another thing I like with the newer Greenroom 1-6 bags is this gold interior lining. I find this high vis liner to be awesome. I really, really love it. Some people have complained that it's too bright, it's too light, it'll get dirty too quick. And yeah, I've absolutely destroyed the liners of bags because, you know, even light gray, red, it gets filthy. But most of those bags are bags that I've had and used extensively for years and years and years and years. That's when they start getting dirty and they start breaking down. Stuff that I've had for so long that I've used for everything, for travel, for hiking, for EDC, for camera bags, urbex. I've taken certain bags on urbex, and that's when things start getting dirty, when you're going through dirty, filthy buildings and you're putting stuff in and out of your backpack of like rust and filth and muck. But I have not had any major issues with getting a gold Greenroom 1-6 liner dirty. Sure, it's got a scuff here or there, maybe a little dirt mark, but all in all, this doesn't get any dirtier than any of the other high-vis liners that I've had, whether it be red or silver or like the light gray. The only thing that you can't see that gets dirty are the black liners because they're dark. They're so dark you can't see any of the stains that you get on them. So I have had no issues with the gold liner, and in fact, I've liked this over the gray that they used to use because I find I can see things inside this bag much easier. So I really love this gold interior lining of the bag. And one of the last features I have on this pack is the full zip pocket on the back of the bag. You can fit any kind of hidden documents in here. This is where you'd throw your passport, stuff like that if you're traveling, or if you're EDCing this, I could probably fit my tablet in here and be okay. If I didn't have room for it in the main body of the bag, I could throw it back here, it would fit back here. I'm not gonna fit a laptop back here, but I could definitely fit like a tablet. But this is what I would use for travel. This is where I throw my my items that I want more secured against my back. So if you're gonna use this bag for travel, I highly recommend that you get the hidden back panel zipper, because you can tuck the zipper down there and most people aren't gonna know it's there at all. So you can definitely stash a lot of your documents or anything in here that you definitely want to keep safe. So there is my 25-liter Wildcard Northseeker bag, and I could have got even crazier with the colors. I could have added some greens and yellows and really made this thing bright and bright, but I think it's pretty bright as it is with this flaming pink. So when Miss Hazel Fantastic sees this bag, she is probably going to lose her mind, because Patrick had sent her a bag of her own a very long time ago. So Patrick sent Miss Hazel Fantastic her very own ankle biter, which she has and loves, and it's one of her hiking backpacks. So she loves to take her ankle biter hiking with her, and it has the pink in it, and she absolutely loves it. So she's going to go crazy when she sees this. So I cannot wait to get this into rotation. I am close to wrapping up the bag that I am currently reviewing and testing out. So this is going to go into rotation pretty soon. And I'm super stoked on this one because I needed another loud bag in my life, and this is definitely a loud bag. So stay tuned for the full real user review of the 25-liter Wildcard Custom Northseeker bag. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.